Hey, the show already recording. I mean, it's been a couple weeks. You know, me and you kind of let it marinate, let it
We
set.
let it breathe for a
Yeah,
little
let it
bit.
breathe. Well, what you think going on right now? Well, you know, who in the right, who in the wrong? You think Drake in the lead right now? You think Drake just comfortably sitting somewhere with some champagne?
He probably is somewhere with some champagne. Man, I wish the song was officially out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. It ain't got to be on Apple Music or Spotify, but just officially be released as this is an official song.
Right.
Like how he did Duppy
Mm-hmm.
freestyle
Yep.
when he was beefing with Pusha T. It came out on SoundCloud, something like that.
Yeah.
Then I feel like I could really judge it. But nah, but the lead track that we heard, it was fire.
Yeah.
Drake was rapping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drake was rapping.
Look, when it's time to go, he can hold his own. It's just
He
sometimes he just choose not to.
that boy he Thanos right now. Everybody trying to take this shot at him.
I know. He loving this right now. You see his
He
Instagram?
is.
He's just
That
I'm
man been
waiting for
trolling
anybody.
Metro. He been trolling Metro so bad. It's funny. He had the drum line clip where Nick Cannon was playing the drums and put Metro Boomin face on him.
I saw that. I said, man, why you gotta do Metro like this, man? He is not a rapper, man.
And that's why he should have stayed his ass out to beef. Because all you finna do is go make some beats, just like Drake said.
Exactly. I saw a meme where someone had put this is Metro Boomin and Andre 3000's beef on Drake, and it was the mask off beat.
Oh man, but yeah,
Oh man, so I thought that was funny. I was like, man, this is really giving some ammunition to a lot of these fans out here right now.
facts,
Whether you a
facts.
Drake stan or you Kendrick stan, whoever.
If you just love music, you enjoying all this right now.
I know it's
Rick Ross had to
something
come out
else.
with a diss track at 3 hours after the Drake track the leak. Rick Ross already responded. I said, "Dog, Rose ain't waste no time.
Nah, it was anytime.
He ain't waste no time. I'm talking about the same day."
Look, he was just down the hallway. You know, he probably got like a little studio
Oh,
booth
he definitely
set
got
up
a studio
somewhere.
at home. As fast as he put that song together.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna be
He
right back. I'm going down the hallway right quick.
right. And J. Cole done let me down.
Oh man, look, everything was going good. we had it. We had our sights set. We thought like, man, Cole's gonna do something, and you know, he just said it, Chris. It just wasn't. It just wasn't right with his soul, you know.
He made me sick with that. Hip hop has always been competitive. He done made me sick with that one.
We were going good until he said that.
Until he said that nonsense. Man, see, I think he ain't like the reception that some of the people, some people were saying on the internet
I think so.
and wanted to go that route.
Yeah, I've talked with a lot of people, of course, that
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick, well, Cole, I should say, he's one of those guys where and I guess you could say Kendrick too. Like they've kind of been known as the guys that don't go on social media like that. They're not like living
Mm-hmm.
their lives on
Mm-hmm.
the internet like that. But this whole ordeal just kind of showed you that maybe J. Cole he was on his phone a little bit.
He got
He was
he got he
snooping.
got he got some burner. He got a burner account or two.
Yeah.
He He saw his name trending and what was being said along attached with it.
Yeah, he was out there. He was outside. He was listening to what
Yeah.
people were saying about him. He just and just this
He
whole thing
pissed me off, man.
Yeah,
he made me mad. I don't want to hear anybody say J. Cole is in their top 25 all time, and he liable to not be in my top 50.
So what do you do?
This stunt. He might be out my top 50 now. Just off of this, just because he done pulled this stunt. We all knew it was only going to be out of, it's only lyrical. You know what I'm saying? It's only for the sport of hip hop. It wasn't nothing personal for real.
Right.
It was just going to be, you know what I'm saying, let's spit some bars and see who come out on top. And this man bowed out.
Look,
and what made it so bad was he dropped the diss track and then reneged. You play spades, Kory. We from the country. Once that spade hit the table,
you can't renege.
You can't renege, Kory. You can't take the.
Look, I done seen fights happen with somebody trying to renege.
At that point, you might as well go. You got to go out cheating. Y'all just want to call it. When y'all see I play, I got a suit that I ain't supposed to be playing. Y'all just going to call it. You can't pull the spade off the table. Spade stick. J. Cole done took the spade off the table and reneged. Boy.
It's unfortunate, but here we are.
Here we are. So hey, it's up to Drake and Kendrick. We only getting closer and closer to the point where they officially going to. I think one is waiting on the other to officially drop something. Mm-hmm. I think it's a stare down right now. They done made their songs. I think it's just a stare down to see who's gonna flinch first and put it out there.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much where we're at now. So who's gonna flinch first in the whole process of this,
Yeah.
Because we in the Wild West territories now. Like we in Red Dead Redemption now. Like whoever flinched first.
we waiting. We waiting to see what's gonna happen, man. Who gonna go to they holster?
Yep.
Who gonna draw first? So it should be fun, man. I feel like both of them are going to deliver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Drake he got some. That wasn't his only bullet. That wasn't the only bullet in the clip. So it's a good time to be a hip hop fan in this respect with those two and holding it down and there's real rap back. I feel like we kind of strayed away from the bars. Now we getting some real rap, and it warms my soul.
Yes. And as the minds, it's something that we've been waiting for a while now. So it's good. It's good when hip hop can be competitive again, of course, and no one's like playing facades as buddies.
Facts.
You want the world title. Rap is wrestling at the end of the day, Chris.
It's hip hop has always been competitive. It started off with people rap battling.
Yeah.
Back in the early days, and rap battle culture still continues and permeates now. With the videos that go viral on YouTube and people showing up to watch rap battles, and then even in them rap battles, them guys might say God knows what to each other. Then afterwards, you see them on the block hanging, kicking it with each other because it's only bars.
Yep,
it's only rap.
Exactly.
So, but it's funny we talked about the Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West is back open now, Kory. with the transfer portal.
Oh my God,
that's the real Wild Wild West.
Well, you want to kick off the show with that? Because I'm ready if you are, my friend.
I'm ready. Let's get to it.
All right, all right. Well, we good to go. Let's go ahead and cue up. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Breakdown Sportscast. I am your good friend and host, Kory Willis. Hope you guys are doing well on a Friday, getting ready to, close out your week and enter the weekend, of course. So I hope you guys have a lot of plans set out for this weekend, and yeah, hope everything goes well. As always, we appreciate you guys listening in on the show. We're on many different streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Amazon Audible, iHeartRadio, and many other streaming platforms out there. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the show. It definitely helps us know what we're doing and how we can improve the show for the future. So we appreciate it, guys. As always, I'm here with my good friend and co-host. You know who he is. He is Chris Bolton. What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, Kory? Man, feeling good. We've seen a little spring ball.
Yes.
We've seen some teams with some spring games. We got a little taste, a little morsel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just a little taste of football. What we can possibly expect here come September. So I was very appreciative for the little morsel of spring football, and we still got this weekend will be another big weekend of some spring games.
Yeah.
So
can't wait. Got Ohio State this week.
It's a good time. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So yeah,
so definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. We during this time of the year, it's always great to sit down and watch your favorite teams, kind of see where they're at, see a lot of new people that are coming to your program. So it's interesting. It's interesting. We've already started to see a couple of teams, like Ole Miss, of course. Alabama had their spring game. So we've looking at the first, I guess, iteration of the board era, if you should say, Chris. So it's good. It's a good feeling.
It is. And there's been some teams, like we mentioned, have already had their games. I'm just, since we're talking about it, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Auburn.
Really?
While we're on the subject, yeah, you know what? I like the momentum that I feel like Auburn has this off season, this spring, and we'll see how things play out in the regular season. But that's a team that we've all, ever since they hired Hugh Freeze. This is year 2 of Freeze at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
We anticipate them making that leap. I think Auburn can be pretty solid this year. There's some pieces there. Freeze has definitely been doing his thing in coaching up the guys that were already there, but also going out and bringing in some playmakers. Especially they have the wide receiver that they have, and the young wide receiver. He looks like he's going to be a problem. I got his name, but I've seen him, some of his the plays he's been making. He might be a dog as a freshman. And in Auburn offense, they need it. Mm-hmm. we saw that passing attack last season. They need some dogs to step up out there on the offensive side, especially in the receiving game.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Interesting that you mentioned that. Of course. Going in right now on Auburn Undercover just to kind of see their commitments, of course, from last season, just to see who's there now. Because I know they did kind of come in, of course, and grab a couple of interesting guys in last year's
Mm-hmm.
class. So I'm looking at Cam Coleman from
Yeah,
Phoenix City,
that's him.
Alabama. Yeah, 6'3", 180.
Cam Coleman, get used to hearing that name all season long. You will. I'm not going to. I don't want to. Something we said since we've been doing the pod is someone is a Sunday player. That's a Sunday guy. I think Cam Coleman will be a Sunday guy. I'm calling it now. I see it. I see it. He looks to be special.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking at some highlights right now from the spring game, and yeah, I can definitely see what you're saying. That they they have some interesting pieces, of course, and one thing that they did need was outside of a quarterback, of course, was
Mm-hmm.
some high caliber wide receivers. So kudos to Hugh Freeze and his squad by getting a player like Coleman into the fold. So
For
hey,
sure.
sky's the limit
And
for him.
he's an offensive mastermind in the sense of he didn't have much to work with last year,
No.
and Auburn still was a very competitive team. Was right there. I mean, should have be Alabama.
Hmm.
Close game in the fourth quarter with Georgia.
Right.
So imagine, how things would be as this offense has nowhere to go but up. Like that is the worst the Auburn offense will be in the Hugh Freeze era was last year.
Hmm. Yeah.
So everybody keep an eye on Auburn and Cam Coleman. I think he's going to be one of them ones. So that's just a little nugget I just want to throw out there while we was talking about spring games.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good to know, man. Good to know. Yeah. I watched Ole Miss's spring game, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a it was a smorgasbord of just hey, let's go out here and do tug of war battles and stuff. It's the whole Hugh Freeze, not Hugh Freeze, but Lane Kiffin,
The Lane Kiffin experience.
yeah, the whole Lane Kiffin
Yeah.
experience, of course. So I got a chance to watch that, and I guess it was good in seeing a couple people come into the program, of course, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting to
That's
see
the
what
interesting
happens.
thing too, man. Yeah, because they have so many new pieces. Of course, they bring back some really talented players, but there are a lot of new pieces entering the fold. And Ole Miss is a team with the transfer portal reopening. They're liable to get a few more guys in there too.
Look, they've been working.
I know they aren't done. They aren't finished.
No, not by a long shot. Not by a
So
long
yeah,
shot.
that's a team to definitely keep an eye on because
Hmm.
that offense with speaking of receivers they have these guys that ain't gonna see the field that can go start in other power power four conferences. When you look at some of the guys Ole Miss has, they have just all the receiver talent in the world. So yeah, they'll be a fun team to watch this season for sure.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what Ole Miss does in this what post Nick Saban era. Can Lane Kiffin get over the hump? Can he capitalize off of this now 12-team playoff situation
Mm-hmm.
that everybody's going to be in now? I mean, look, as a Mississippi State fan, I'm going to be looking at as an observer of the sport, and I have to be honest, as his adversary.
As,
But it is what it
as a
is.
slick hater,
Yeah.
was it Silky Johnson? Did you watch Chappelle's show, The Player Haters Ball?
Yeah.
You gonna be silky.
Yep.
hate. Little hating from the outside, but
Yeah.
no, it's yeah. Ole Miss, they have the pieces, so
They do.
it will be interesting to see how Ole Miss responds, being the hyped program.
Yeah.
It's one thing, when you're the team, Ole Miss can make some noise. Nah, people are real life circling Ole Miss as a locked and loaded playoff team, and team that very well might be playing in Atlanta, Georgia for the SEC championship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they are a lot of people's favorite to come out the West. Well, not out the West anymore, but just to be in the championship. So that's something to keep an eye on. How does Ole Miss handle a season of legitimate expectations?
Absolutely. And look, I'm looking at Ole Miss as a top tier team coming this season. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can pull this off and actually compete in a way where they can, have that staying power and solidify themselves as one of those 12 teams in this brand new format that we're in. I mean, they got the players to do it. Will they do it? We'll see when the season starts.
We'll find out. Yep,
It's gonna be interesting.
it is.
You don't bring back Jackson Dart for no reason. That's all I'm saying.
You don't,
and I think he's gonna have a really good year.
And you lose Quinshawn Judkins, and people still. I mean, they still. I look at Ole Miss as the top 18, and you know what I'm saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
You could even say maybe top 6, and that's after losing Judkins. It's crazy.
Hey, you talk about hate watching, but you talk about the players on ball. Hey, that's how Lane Kiffin's gonna be watching that Ohio State spring game. He gonna be hating all through that whole spring game.
In his mouth, just
there you go
with the stank face. Yeah,
Judkins, just remember, I made you.
Man,
he gonna be talking like David Ruffin.
Ain't nobody come see you, Otis.
Just watch. I'm
nobody come to see you, Quinshawn. They're there for Ohio State.
I'm sitting by the Twitter. I'm sitting by the Twitter machine. Like, I'm just gonna be waiting for your tweet because I know it's coming.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, Judkins. Just go on a slight tangent. Mm-hmm. It does kind of. It stinks for me as a fan of college football to see him transfer, though.
Yeah.
As somebody that Lane went out and found, because he wasn't highly recruited out of Alabama, out of the state of Alabama.
No, he was like a low to mid
was a
3-star.
I must say I think he's a 3-star guy, which not to act like you're not a good player if you were a 3-star, but he wasn't just someone that everybody was clamoring after, not even in his own state,
right?
Which is why he went to Ole Miss. And you know what I'm saying? So it does stink from that aspect to see him bolt and leave for Ohio State, but we do wish him the best, though.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of loaded teams, boy, Ohio State. Man. They picked up him and Caleb Downs. Good grief.
Look, man. Look, Ryan Day, he got a lot of scrutiny over last season. He got to repay people back big time after what happened last season. He can't lose Michigan no more. Look, I think this is a make or break year for Ryan Day, man. If he don't take his team,
definitely is. It's feel like a championship or bust, Corey.
I know he don't take this team far. Hey man, there's the door.
I think he
I
got.
can see that.
I think he has to win. I
Mm-hmm.
think he has to win.
He may can't lose a game.
Even if they make it, even if they make it to the championship game, if they are undefeated but losing the Natty, because look,
You talk about Ole Miss. It's going
when
to
you
be
look on
interesting to see
paper,
what
it's going to be
Ohio State.
hard pressed to imagine a better Ohio State team walking through the doors in the upcoming years.
Yeah,
this is an elite team.
mm-hmm.
He got to do it this year.
You got to do it.
He got to do it.
You bringing in some elite level talent. You got to give the people what they want. Well,
Got to get that payoff, man.
Columbus, Ohio. Look, they don't take mediocrity. I've never heard those people take any mediocrity before in my life.
And the thing is, it ain't even mediocrity with him. He just ain't been able to win the one that they need.
Mm-hmm.
Been losing to Michigan, and they don't play about that, boy. They look at Michigan as the little brother for real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oof. Oh man, the juices are flowing, Corey. It's April. I'm ready.
Hey man, you got the game coming out in a couple months, and then after that, you got the season gonna start. Look, we getting closer. We edging near the light of the end of the tunnel with all of this. We're gonna see it all.
Is it bad that I want to take off work for the first day of the game drops?
No, it's not.
Is it bad that I just want to be on the PS5 all day? I'm really thinking about
it. No, it's not, sir. No, it's not. Because I too have thought about the same thing.
It's just one PTO day. That's it.
Just one. Just one. That's all.
Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting for real. So yeah.
I know. We have a couple more topics we want to hit on, mm-hmm. but with the transfer portal, and then after we talk about that, we'll go into the other topic. But for you, Kory, what are your overall, I guess, thoughts and expectations with the portal back open now? And then we hit on the spring games, so it hasn't really been jumping yet. But I think after we settle in and finish all of the spring games, guys will have a better understanding of kind of where they sit, and where the coaches, kind of how they stand with the coaches. So what are your expectations for the portal now that it's reopened?
Pretty much more what we're seeing already. I know we're gonna jump into it in a few moments. Just more guys trying to get a feeling for whatever team that they're on right now. And I think it's going to be pretty much reminiscent of what we saw from the first part of the portal being open after the end of the
mm-hmm.
season, where it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be, thinking twice about where they're at, and
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
how they can fit themselves inside of these teams' depth charts, of course. And look, coaches now, they are in uncharted territories when it comes to this stuff. If they feel like they can get a guy late in the process and put him into the depth chart, by all means, they're gonna try their hand at doing this. And we've already mm-hmm. seen a couple of people, of course, like I know Caden Proctor. We had heard him thinking about getting back into the portal. Well, he's officially gotten himself back into the portal now.
Yeah.
So and he might be going back to Alabama. So we'll see. But it's going to be pretty much more of what we've started to get accustomed to, with people trying to figure out where they fit on each teams, and it's going to be
mm-hmm.
it's going to be a roller coaster ride, and we're already seeing it with a whole bunch of people getting into the portal. So I'm excited.
It is. I think some we're gonna see some high profile moves. But I also think we will see some guys go under the radar that aren't household names that will emerge to be big pieces for someone potentially if it's the right fit. Um, just looking at some of the guys that are in the portal right now, just to highlight a few.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I actually have it pulled
'Cause-
up as well.
okay, yeah, I'm looking at it now. It was for yeah. There's a few guys that have joined it when the portal now. I want to say the cornerback, the young cornerback
Mm-hmm.
from Colorado, the freshman last year.
Cormoney McClain, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, he announced that he's leaving Colorado, and I know that's kind of creating a little bit of I won't say tension, but questions about what's going on with Dion and his squad. Are they keeping things
Mhm.
together, or is this just more of what Dion was talking about with trying to get the right guys to fit in with his program?
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
honestly that, and people can just take it, take it or leave it
It's
at
taking
this
as a
point.
chance to try to take a shot at Dion, but yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it's just a fit thing. But I see him as someone with his talent level.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever he goes to next, he's someone I think has people kind of his name is he didn't really hit the expectations that people have for him last year, so it might be a little quiet around his name. He's someone that can pop back on the scene if he gets the right fit with his skill and ball skills and just God given ability.
Absolutely.
He can be a high impact player that's acquired in this reopened portal window.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I mean, he has he has a large upside about himself, and that's one of the reasons why Dion wanted him at Colorado in the first place. He thought he could
Mm-hmm.
create pretty much the next great corner out there, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, it's interesting that he did put himself into the portal, but I think he'll still do well. Of course, I think if you would have asked Dion, I think he'll do well. Instead of playing for Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
it just wasn't the fit for what the culture that Dion has cultivated at Colorado. It just wasn't a good fit
Mm-hmm.
for their
Mm-hmm.
program. So you find another person. You know,
Yep.
that's the way I
Yep.
see it. So
Agreed.
we'll definitely see what happens, of course. But yeah, just so many people that have put themselves into the portal. Dennis Jackson, I remember him when he originally signed with Ole Miss, and he was at Missouri. He
Yeah.
put himself into the portal. So what happens? Does he go back to Ole Miss? Does he go
Man.
elsewhere?
Dennis is unfortunate was how his I feel like his college football career has kind of played out because Dennis was somebody Mississippi kid, Summerall,
Yeah,
4-star recruit. I remember he was highly touted coming out of the state. Was a huge get for Ole Miss because he was real close to being a bulldog.
hmm yeah, he was. I remember
Oh
that
yeah.
tug of war between State and Ole Miss
Mm-hmm.
for his services, and ultimately he ended up signing with Ole Miss. But yeah, it's so many
Yep.
people in this portal.
So many. So many. I mean, look, Miami with Henry Parrish.
Yeah,
Parrish is a guy who has been a playmaker for the Canes, and he's a really good player. I've always liked his game.
hmm
So to see him hit the portal, he can be someone that can be a high level, high impact player for another program. Um, then you look at Miami's side of things. Dude, Miami's so loaded with talent. It's like, okay, Henry's gone.
They were like, all right, Mario
Like, all
Cristobal,
right, you want to
next.
transfer this time?
Look, Mario Cristobal, he already had to deal with this, a couple years ago, like he already kind of like have their checked out when it comes to who's all in with his program. So he
Mm-hmm.
knows the game. That's
He
all I gotta
does.
say.
This ain't his first rodeo at all.
Not at
So
all.
yeah.
Not at all. And it won't be his last. Trust me.
Yeah. No, it's the way he's been acquiring talent, the players he's got there in Miami, and now he has a quarterback to match too.
Mm-hmm.
Miami's looking really good so far, preseason wise as we continue to gear up for the season. But yeah, Parrish is somebody that I think I'm curious to see where he winds up, and because I feel like he'll be a good player, whether if it's a starting role or not, he'll be somebody that like when he's on the field, he makes plays.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll see what definitely happens. Of course, we talked about Caden Proctor. Looks like he's going back to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a couple. Let's see what this list has.
Yeah, the list it's kind of there's some guys in there, but it's for the junkies like us,
Yeah.
the people who it's not no huge names in there yet, but I
Mm-hmm.
think give it 2 more weeks. I think about 2 more weeks, things will have settled to a point where you might see some. That's when you're gonna really see maybe a flashier name, a name that catches most people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
You might see some of those guys trickle in there.
Yeah. Yeah, only time will tell. I mean, look, we're just getting started with this spring iteration of transfer portal. So, look, who knows what's going to happen? We're just getting on the ground running with this thing. But a lot of people have started to transfer this spring, and it's going to continue. Pretty much for the reasons that I see it and you see it.
Yeah, this is college football today. It's the Wild Wild West for real.
It is. It is.
Players are mercenaries. Coaches are mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's just doing what they got to do and what's best for them. Whether it's for the 4 years, for 3 years, or for a 1 year rental, guys are doing what they got to do. So we'll see how it plays out. It's worked out for some guys. For them to be able to make jumps to the next level. Jameson Williams, someone that couldn't get no tick on at Ohio State because he was playing behind Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson and Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he messed around and got to Alabama and became a top pick. So
look how you still cultivate that wide receiver locker room. I just want to like peep in, like, this is your locker room.
Well, I bet the DBs. I bet them corners was sick every day at practice. I bet games felt so easy for the secondary. You going up against them jokers every day. You mean I got to do one-on-one drills? Well, you just taking turns checking Olave one play. Well, next time you got I ain't got to deal with Chris no more. Oh, shoot, I'm in front of Garrett.
And you know how cranky corners are.
Oh,
you know how cranky corners and safeties get, Chris. That would be one deal.
I know. I know they was sick, man. I'm sick for them. Imagine that.
Oh man, that's one thing you don't want to deal with is a cranky secondary player. It don't matter what he lined up at on the field. He a nickel, he's safety, he a corner, like no.
That was the crankiest thing. That was the crankiest defensive back room in the nation. I know it was.
Oh man, I could just be a fly
I
on the
know it
wall
was.
seeing how all that played out here each day in practice.
But yeah, that was crazy times. I would love to get them. Would love to hear them on this podcast.
Yes.
Take us back in time. Tell us how those days were.
Tell us, how did you feel having to go toe to toe with Jameson Williams each day?
And Jameson was getting runs. He was getting runs with the twos. The twos couldn't catch no break.
That's insane.
He was with the B group. But yeah, that's tough. But yeah, guys have been able to use the portal to go to the next level, and we actually, we have some more examples of that with some guys as we get ready for the NFL draft right around the corner. There's been some guys who took advantage of the transfer portal to make a big jump, and one of them you know very well.
Yeah,
playing at Texas.
Yeah,
A.D. Mitchell.
Exactly, A.D. Mitchell. He was a player that really helped out Texas last season. So he's looking at being a top pick in this year's draft so far. So I'm very excited to see what a lot of these players are going to do in this draft. I think this is like the most loaded draft in terms of receivers. I'd say this is the most loaded draft I've seen in quite a while. Where you have
so it's
people,
probably what, because 20 was that 14?
Yeah, I have to look back at
OBJ, Mike Evans. I think Devontae Parker was in that draft as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 2014.
Let's see. NFL
was that year. We're gonna test my memory.
Let's see. Let's see, good sir, if you are correct. Let's see. So 2014 wide receivers. I'm just looking at wide receivers. You had Sammy Watkins, Mike Evans, Odell Beckham,
Jarvis Landry,
Brandon Cooks,
Brandon Cook,
Kevin Benjamin, Marquise Lee,
Marquise Lee.
Look, Kiffin don't know nothing.
Marquise Lee. Hey, you don't unlock the core memory. Marquise Lee.
His infamous line before he got fired from USC was, Kiffin don't know nothing. We didn't tell Kiffin anything about having this meeting. All right. Look, y'all coming at me, the media. Y'all should be talking about Kiffin, cause Kiffin don't know anything. Right?
Hey, Marquise a legend, boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Marquise Lee. Oh man, good times. That was a nice receiving class.
Yes,
that was a good receiving class.
Yeah,
another one that's a little underrated but more recent. I believe it's 2019. AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin.
Yep.
Who else? AJ, DK, Hollywood. Was he also in that draft class as well?
Let's see,
I believe so.
2019.
Yeah, N'Keal Harry, Boo Boo. Ooh, N'Keal didn't pan out.
Well, you definitely had Marquise Brown a part of this 2019 class. Um, I just remember when he ran like
Yeah, he
that
was the first wide
4.2.
receiver drafted.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was out of there after that combine running that 4.2. He was like, yeah, I'm going. I don't have to do
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah. Hollywood went crazy. Yeah, yeah.
N'Keal Harry, Debo Samuel came out in
Debo.
2019, so
Yes.
it's
Yes.
kind
I
of
mean,
crazy.
it didn't have that class didn't have the height, but they did have some guys become stars. We talking about AJ, DK, Debo,
Yeah.
Hollywood, Terry McLaurin.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah, that was a pretty good class right there. Pretty
Yeah.
good receiving class.
Mm-hmm. Yep. DK Metcalf
So we'll
did
see
come
how
out.
this class is. This class, this I played this NFL draft class. Has a lot of receiver talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little thin at the running backs, but if you
It
need a
is.
receiver, there's plenty of options at wide receiver for you.
Oh my gosh! Like, where do you even start? I mean, look at this. Roma Dunze, Marvin Harrison Jr.,
Malik
Malik
Neighbors.
Neighbors, who, a lot of scouts have been raving over Malik Neighbors, but he had a really good season anyway,
Mm-hmm.
last season. So he deserves to be on this list.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, who else? Who else we
I
have?
mean, you got Xavier Worthy, Troy
Yep,
Franklin,
yeah. Brian
Brian
Thomas
Thomas
Jr.
Jr.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Uh, dude, I mean,
Lad
Lad
McConkey's
McConkey, my
so
boy
that's gonna be
Lad.
interesting. Yeah.
Hey, don't let Lad go to the Chiefs. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, with the whole Rice situation now, they got to
Right.
switch up some things at this point now. So
Kelsey's getting older. You need somebody to dominate the middle of the field. And look, if it's anything Lad can do,
mm-hmm.
he gets open in zone coverage.
Exactly.
So
So
I mean, yeah, you got him. Like we mentioned, Troy Franklin, A.D. Mitchell.
mm-hmm.
There's a lot of talent. A lot of talent. Roman Wilson.
Yep.
Roman Wilson is someone extremely underrated.
Mm-hmm.
I think Roman Wilson's gonna wherever he gets drafted, he's gonna exceed expectations.
I think so too.
He's someone I'm gonna keep it real with you. I need my 49ers to get Roman Wilson, especially since Brandon Ayuk want to get paid, and we might have to get younger at receiver because we can't pay Debo and Brandon.
Right.
Roman Wilson is a guy I would not be upset about us getting. He fits the mold of a 49ers receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Tough, run blocker. I'm trying to speak it into existence, Kory. As a Niners fan, I need it.
You gonna boot up Madden and then you just gonna add him into the team and you go like, all right, I just want to see how you perform.
Yeah, let me download the draft class real quick. Pick Roman Wilson here in the second round. See how this go.
I just want to see. I just want to see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
man,
it's a fun draft class though for sure. Like you said,
yeah. Keon Coleman's in this class, so it's this draft is gonna be stacked with talent. Stacked.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait. Cade Stover, yeah, we're talking about tight ends. Like,
yeah,
you got some pretty good tight ends.
I mean, we ain't even talking about Brock.
Yeah, Brock House. Yeah, like the tight ends they're stacked in this class too. You just tons of skill players in this year's draft. Outside of the running back position, it's just very rich.
It is, and I think with so much talent, man, the guys who really are great coaches in the NFL and great at scheming up players and like a Sean McVay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what Sean McVay was able to do with Puka Nakua
Yeah.
and how he's blossomed. You give coaches like him this talent pool to pick from, and to add to their schemes. On the best coaches are just going to look that much better now
Mm-hmm.
because they're going to know what to do with this talent. They know what to do with this talent.
Yeah. Not overthinking it, of course. I think the past couple years, some teams have just some coaches have just overthought on, what they can do with a lot of this talent, how they can utilize a lot of these guys. And I think we're at this new era of the NFL now where you got some of these younger coaches coming in and just assistant coaches, of course, that are utilizing these guys to their strengths now. So that's actually having to kind of take a lot of pressure out of some of these guys. They still have to perform, still got to do their jobs, of course, but it's definitely showing. The last couple of years, it's starting to kind of show.
It has. I mean, you're seeing a lot more of these freak athletes being at slot, at receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine Malik Neighbors lined up at slot in NFL offense. Good luck. That ain't gonna be fun. That's not a fun cover.
It's not. It's not. You remember the whole the LSU national championship team? It's just all you saw was slant routes. That's all I saw. Joe Burrow just throwing slant routes at people. No one can stop them. I see that happening.
It can get real ugly. I'm just curious to see because we've seen Stephon Diggs get traded. So I feel like Buffalo will be in the receiver market. Which wide receiver they pair up for Josh Allen?
Yeah.
If A.D. Mitchell gets to catch passes from Josh Allen, we might be in for a special rookie season for that brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, at some point, you Josh Allen, you need all the help you can get, man. You can't.
Oh, Josh. Oh, Josh. They know. He ain't even got to say nothing. But they know. The Bills will be getting a wide receiver. Trust.
Yeah. you can't allow Patrick Mahomes to sun you again. You just can't do it.
Something got to be done. Something got to be done. So yeah, they gonna get a receiver. They better take, and they got to take advantage now. Like you said, this is the time to get the Chiefs. Kelsey's older. Kelsey's just old.
Yeah.
Rashee Rice got some stuff going on. We'll see how that play out. This is the time.
It's time.
This is the time. So try to get you a young stud receiver, whether it's A.D. Mitchell. I can see Troy Franklin being nasty with Josh Allen. I think I like that fit with the kind of receiver he is on the outside. I can see him being nasty with Josh Allen. Somebody like that.
Yeah. Hey. Look, he needs all the speed he can get. I mean, just another person that can kick everything into high gear with that offense. I think that's all Buffalo's missing at this point. You get a guy in like a Troy Franklin, coach him up. Hey, I think you got recipe for a good season. So
for sure.
Can he do it?
So, yeah, I know.
Let's see.
We're gonna see. I know we'll recap. How the draft goes, how everything plays out.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I know we'll be in talks.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. No, I'm excited about next week. This should be a fun draft for a multitude of reasons. I want to see what some of these quarterbacks land. And I want to see where some of these receivers and tight ends and even some of these defensive players as well I think the cornerback or the whole secondary scene this year is looking pretty strong as well. And there's also a couple linebackers into the fold. So, so it's gonna be a fun night.
Everything is everything we want.
Yeah,
everything we could desire. So
right at our fingertips.
Oh man, right there. So yes, sir, I'm right there with you.
Nice. Well, yes, sir. Well, that's all the topics, of course, today, Chris. Did you have anything else you wanted to add before we leave today?
No, man. It was good to get back at it. Took a little break. It's the off season, so we won't flood y'all too much with content. But when we speak, y'all know to listen. We gonna come with it. So it was fun to do this all over again.
Nice. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, another successful show, of course. We'll see what happens with the draft and everything, and yeah, we'll definitely, keep it locked with y'all as always. Give you guys our thoughts on what's going on with the off season and the NFL draft and everything. But yeah. Well, Chris, go ahead and tell the good folks where they can find you on social media.
Yes, sir. You can find me on X at Chris_Bolton_12 and on Instagram at Chris.Bolton_. Always just talking sports. NBA playoffs are here. I love my boxing. Love my baseball. Look, college football. We talking college football now. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. So yeah, I'm on there talking about everything. Yeah, you talking music too. Where drop the tracks, drop the songs. We need them. So yeah, y'all can get at me on there on both of those social media platforms.
Awesome. Yeah. As for me, y'all know where to find me. You can find me on X at Listen to KSW. I'm on there talking professional wrestling, of course. We just had a heck of a WrestleMania. I know we didn't even get to talk too much about that, Chris, but really good WrestleMania. Enjoyed it. Kory finished the story.
That was a lit mania. Yeah, man. The Rock has been acting his ass off. I mean, just a generational performance he's been putting on as a heel. I've loved every minute.
Look, he had to give us something after what happened with the whole Black Adam debacle. You know what I'm saying? he had to give us his best work. Legendary work.
He did. He done redeemed himself. I done forgot about that.
Oh man, but yeah, just a heck of a WrestleMania, of course. So I'm on there talking wrestling. So you can always hit me up on there and talking college football. Of course, the NBA playoffs are in full effect, and back with baseball as well. So yeah, definitely hit me up on there. Yeah. Well, all right, that's the end of our show, y'all. Y'all know always to keep it locked here on the Breakdown Sportscast. Myself, and Chris is here to, give you guys an entertaining show. Of course, we're in off season, but we're still.
We hope you enjoy everything. We try to have fun. We want to keep it informative, but also entertaining. So we hope you feel our energy. Through the mics. We go back. We go back to Mississippi State, so we've been boys for a good minute now.
Yeah, absolutely. So anytime when we can, kick back and bring you guys great content, of course, and give you guys our thoughts, we're always willing to do that. So we're happy we can do that on this show and continue to do that for many episodes to come. So it's just beginning.
Yes, sir.
Well, all right. Well, until next time, y'all take care. Peace.